Africa has everything to be where we want to be who we want to be. So we can only blame ourselves for not achieving.
Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here. Now, in today's video, I'm going to react on this video of Paul Kagame, the president of Rwanda, his bold statements while he was talking about how Africa is great, and yet we have leaders who, they fear, like afraid of some certain forces, so that we cannot make Africa great. He is talking about how Africa, we have everything. That's what we have been talking about. But let me tell you, I will tell you what I am thinking after we have listened to this video. Okay, let's listen to the video or watch the video, and then we're gonna come back and react, or I gonna come back and say something about the video.
As we grow up, therefore, as refugees and the suffering that comes with it and so on and so forth. But I think also the lessons that come with it. We grow up experiencing things that taught us many lessons, rather than going to school and here and there. We learned other things that you don't learn in school, but you learn in life. Just in life. So what, to the particular question, the problem I saw was, I was even asking myself. I asked my father when I was 12, whom I lost when I was 15. But at 12, I asked my father, I said, what did we do? Why are we here? We in a refugee camp, feeding by way of getting ration every week. He went into a long story which explained the problem, but I won't repeat that. But I think it was clear that it was politics, it was the leaders, it was in our case, it was a convergence of colonial times and the times of independence. And, everything was just what it should not have been. So those are lessons we learned. So something was wrong. But it is disheartening to when you see that what I'm talking about then, so many years ago, in the 60s, some of them are happening even now. You still have people, especially young people, suffer the most, I imagine, and their mothers, and you still have people suffering, and suffering because of politics, because of all kinds of bad governance. Today, why should, as I experienced it when I was 4 years, why should it be happening now anywhere? It doesn't have to be in this country. Why should it happen anywhere, say on our continent? That we still have refugees, we still have tribal conflicts, we still have all kinds of things, people fighting each other than building themselves and building their countries. So for me, it's a lesson learned, a lesson that also shaped some of us until this day. And for the young people here in the room, you don't have to go through that in order to be shaped the right way, as many young people at that time came out to be. So you can learn even lessons of others things that happen in time, in history, to other people. And also put yourself in that position where you may think, oh, what's supposed to happen to me, or it can even happen to me. What should I do to prevent that? Or what would I do if I face that to actually come through it alive and manage it well? But that is not just you. It becomes a bigger community, a bigger society that we are talking about. So probably I gave you more than you asked for, but
thank you, Mr.
stop
President.
here for now.
Thank you for that reflection. It is indeed disheartening. Thank you. It is indeed disheartening to hear that political instability is still ravaging some of our African.
Yeah. From what you've just stated, what is obvious is that we have the numbers.
Indeed.
Now, next is to work out the quality of those numbers. It's not just going to be numbers, it's also whether. So we have to invest in our different systems that the young people grow through, whether it is education, it is, but there's something we always forget at times. You provide education, you mind their health, you call upon them to participate and even in their own growth as well as their country's growth. But there has to be that environment that actually allows everything to happen. I'll come back to the politics of everything. The politics that allows stability to prevail, and therefore within that, all kinds of things to be done that we are talking about. We have to build the infrastructure, therefore, on top of that, that serves these young people. And then their task, which they always are going to be good at, will be entrepreneurship, as you have been told. It will be about innovation. It will be about doing whatever business that earns them a good living that everyone aspires toward. So Africa has everything to be where we want to be who we want to be. So we can only blame ourselves for not achieving that. And therefore, to avoid the blame of blaming ourselves, that's why I started with saying the politics has got to be right. And it has to provide the stability that therefore creates that environment where people can do what they are best at. We have seen it's no longer just the potential. People have been talking about the potential of our continent. No, we've just seen how that potential to an extent has materialized to actually prove that everything is possible. So why not do more of what we've been doing to prove the case and make sure that more and more people benefit from being the best they can be and also benefit from doing the very things that we always talk about. And here I have to say we should also get tired of just saying the right things for so long. We want to see the right things happen and resulting from You know, I'm thankful that in the program we saw today, I was really happy when they didn't call me up to give a speech. I was not that I'm saying others shouldn't give speeches, but I'm saying at a personal level, I have been on this stage saying so many things and even repeating myself. And then I see my brothers and sisters, colleagues, doing the same over and over and over and over. It's 5 years, it's 10 years, it's 20. But then we need to ask, even before anybody asks us, we need to ask ourselves, but what is what to show for what we've been saying? We really need to get tired of this. I think I can't emphasize it enough, but I think...
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes.
Welcome back. This is Paul Kagame, the president of Rwanda. Whatever he's saying is true. But Paul Kagame has ruled for over 20 years, if I'm not wrong. And for these 20 years, he has the Rwandans people, they love him because they know what he has done for the country of Rwanda. But again, there's some people who don't love him because they think he is a dictator, something like that. But Paul Kagame and Yoweri Museveni, they are like the same people. The people of the country, they think or they carry them as the fathers of the country. Because Paul Kagame was the president who stopped the genocide in Rwanda, so people respect and believe him. But by doing this, does not give you that privilege to be on seat for so long and without doing anything better for the country. But as per the Rwandans say, Paul Kagame has done something for the country, but we have stories where he is engaged or he is the puppet to the West or he is engaged to the issue of Congo. You know, a lot of stories going on. The speech that he has given out is a good speech, and every leaders, most of them, they talk like this, saying that Africa, we are capable, we have everything to make Africa great. But my question is, why are you not making Africa great? If you are capable of doing that, why are you not making Africa great? Or why are you not making Rwanda great? Why you and your friends don't sit down like Rwandan president, Ugandan president, and the other president who are friends, come together and form something like the Sahel and bring and change the way of politics is done in Africa, or change the way politics is done in East Africa? Why don't you sit down and say no to the white supremacy, to say no to being a puppet? Because we all see just big talks left, right, center, but are you actualizing the thing you are talking on the ground? Because we want to see results. We don't want to see just talks here and there. This is not a talk show. This is the life of people of Africa. It's the life of Rwandians people. It's the life of Kenyans people. So we cannot just sit down in a talk show and talk like how Africa is great, how we have everything, how we have bad politics, how we can make this and this. But are you making it happen? Show us examples. Show us examples. Like when we see in Sahel, we see Ibrahim Traore, he's showing example by trying to implement the things that we think will change Africa. But most of the leaders are just talking and people are clapping. But on the ground, we are not getting anything. So all at the end of the day, it was all yapping here and there. We know African leaders, how African politicians, some of them, they create problems, but at the end of the day, they pull out of that problem and leaving people, and they decide they start criticizing whatever is happening. You may think they are not part of it, but deep down they know they are part of it. When people are rioting in a country because of hunger, because of starvation, the politician will come out and try to manipulate so that we do not think that they are part of it, but they are the cause of this hunger. They are the cause of this, everything that is happening, the bad, the negative things that is happening in the country. But as Paul Kagame has said, there's a way of amending these things. There's a way of making Africa great. Everything you touch in Africa is gold. Everything you touch in Africa can make Africa change. It's great. Our soil is great. We have learned people. We have people who can believe in yourself. If we believe in white people, why can't we believe in our own leaders? If we are believing in tribalism, choosing leaders according to tribes, even if it does not work, that means that we can believe in a good leader to change, to bring change. It's just not about talk. I saw leaders like William Ruto talking, and I was like, wow, he gives a good speech. People around the world were like, this is the leader we need in Africa. 1 year later, nothing has changed. He has done nothing. The talks he was talking, it was just empty promises, and so we need leaders who can talk by working. You say we are going to cancel all the illegal mining companies, and you do that. You say we are going to send French military away from Africa, and you actually do that. You say you are going to build the first world or the first gold bank in our country, and you are doing it. We have to engage ourselves into healthy politics as Africans. We have to leave aside the politics of tribalism, because that's what is killing us. You choose person of your leader, of your tribal, because you are the majority. He rules forever. And by ruling forever, he takes things for granted. He does not change anything for the country. Unhealthy politics. So we have a lot. We have a lot that we can do as Africa. Paul Kagame has said it all. I don't want to manipulate his statements. I just want you to comment down there. Do you think he has said the right thing? Or do you think Paul Kagame is doing what he's saying? Because personally, I think we got a problem. Even with him, we got a problem. We need leaders to start working. We need leaders to start doing actions. We need leaders to change the wave of politics in Africa. We need leaders to stand firm and say no to imperialism. We need leaders to stand and say no to neocolonization. We need leaders to stand and say no to this geopolitics that some countries are engaging in our own politics. They are making decisions for these countries. And not just standing, but by actualizing it. Okay, that's what we need. I don't know what you think on the comment section. I don't want to talk more today. Kindly don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on this video. Until next episode, and peace be with you.